Hello viewers, welcome to Divine Mercy Catholic Parish online platform. Wherever you are, you have a space here. Thank you. Today we have Father James and we are going to be talking about purpose and meaning in life. Father James, say hi to us.
Good morning everyone. I also welcome you to Divine Mercy community. Feel at home.
Yes. Today we are going to talk about purpose and meaning in life because so many people are living a life of vanity. Like you go to job, you come back and you just have a boring life, wait until retirement and life moves on. But we have realized that those people who are living in purpose are living a more fulfilling life, and that's why we wanted to help our viewers to come closer to living a life of purpose. Let's get to now personal relationships with people. In terms of dating, these days marriages have become something else that we can't speak of. We see people are getting married today, the next 3 months or the next 6 months they are divorced, and it happens a lot of times. But now we would like to go back to the basics. At this point, how can people date with a purpose, especially in our generation? How do you date with a purpose?
Dating with purpose. At the end of the day, any dating is meant towards starting a relationship. And just as we are talking about purpose, working for God, it is the same God who is the author of marriages. We are all consequences of good marriages of our parents. Without marriages, we cannot be there. But God started this sacred institution called the family. So when somebody knows that you are getting into marriage to serve God, even the dating process would also be godly. You don't run into issues. You have to know the other person. The other person has to know you. And it takes time. Even Jesus, for him to institute or to found the church that he loves. And he tells us to love each other as he loves the church. It took him time. And he prayed over it. So the challenge is that people nowadays lose the objective of marriage. The objective of marriage is to serve God as a man and a woman in a family setup. And because not everyone get married, like we are called to serve God as religious men, and we are also married to the church. If we were to give an example of how the church prepares its priest, hiyo courtship na kanisa ama dating na kanisa, it takes a long time. Formation takes about 8 to 10 years. But you realize, although we cannot negate the fact that there is love at first sight, a relationship needs time to be built up. Get it?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is very beautiful. The takeaways are pray about it, give it time,
Yes.
and date with a purpose of getting married.
Sure.
Very nice. In the line of dating, how do we remain chaste as our blessed Mother Mary was when we are now trying to know this person, as you've said, as we are giving it time? How do we remain in a state of chastity?
Yes. Chastity implies holiness. And holiness is a general calling. Whether you are in marriage, whether you're not married, you're called to holiness. Even couples ought to remain holy and chaste in themselves. And the unmarried also need to remain holy. Simply put that way.
How will I now put it? In a dating setup,
Yes.
you know, this time, like our Gen Zs now, they cannot date if they're not having sex, as they know each other. You know, we would like to know, like, does the church recommend in terms of how should we date? Should we not meet at home? You be going to know each other in a coffee place, know each other in church.
If this relationship is purposed towards a relationship that is God-centered, you ought not to hide anything. You can even date in the presence of your parents, your age mates, if you are dating at the prime time.
Okay.
The challenge is people don't want to take responsibilities, want to jump before the drum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be
We
open
used
about it.
to be told as youth that true love waits. True love
Wait.
waits. So even as in as much as we are dating, if you really love the person that you want to get married into, you can wait, because essentially marriage is meant for procreation.
Yeah.
Although there is that pressure part in it, it is essentially made for procreation.
Yeah.
We are co-creators with God.
True love waits.
Yes, true
That's
love
a
waits.
very good point
Yeah.
to remind us. You know, some of these things we know, we have them, but they don't come to the back of our minds when we need them. But when you're reminded, at least now, we will have them in our minds. Yes. If you don't have a spouse or a significant other, how do you remain pure and avoid the temptations of this world? Because when from the music that people listen this time at this age, the movies we watch, all of them, they're just advertising for sex in young relationships and all that. How do we avoid that temptation?
We start by saying that we are called to be holy,
Yeah.
and holiness is for both young and old, all sexes, at all times. Even as you date, you tread that along that way of holiness. I should say that temptations will be with us and have been there since time immemorial. It is said temptations come 24/7 hours, but golden opportunities come once. To prevent yourself from the temptations that can make you get away from the right track, the purpose of serving God and the purpose to be holy, we can be directed through 5 points. And these points are even taught in schools. If you want to be in good books with yourself, with your God, with the community, ensure that you are always where you are supposed to be, the right place. Number 2, ensure that you are using your time in the right manner, the right time. Use your time well. Number 3, ensure always that you try your level best, that anything that you do, anything that you read, anything that you watch, if you are young or old, married or not, these things are good things, are meant to glorify God. Then number 4, watch your company. If you realize that you have somebody who gets you to get astray, avoid him or her. Tell me who your friends are, and I'll tell you who you are. Then, being made by God, we have the conscience, we have minds, we have senses. We have to ensure that we are always in our right mind. That would help us to avoid the temptations by all means.
I love those 5 points.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Remember to follow all our social media pages at Divine Mercy Catholic Parish. We are in Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, email, TikTok, Spotify, and we'll get to learn more about God. Thank you.
Thank you too, and welcome again.